Hey everyone, and welcome back to Planet Inclusive, the podcast where we talk about making digital spaces more accessible, inclusive, and sustainable for everyone. I'm Neha.
And I'm Max. We're so glad you're here. Today we're diving into a topic that really doesn't get enough attention: neurodiversity in digital design.
Here's something that might surprise you. Our brains are as unique as our fingerprints, yet we've spent decades designing digital spaces, as if everyone's mind worked exactly the same way. Today we're exploring how that oversight affects nearly 15% of the population, and why rethinking digital design could make the internet better for everyone.
That's such an eye-opening perspective, especially considering that neurodiversity isn't some rare exception. The data shows 1 in 7 people are neurodivergent, which is far more common than most realize.
Well, you know what's really fascinating about those numbers? They only account for diagnosed conditions like autism, ADHD, and dyslexia. But in reality, every single one of us experiences moments where our brains process information differently, like when we're exhausted, stressed, or trying to focus in a chaotic environment.
Oh man, that reminds me of this absolutely nightmarish experience trying to renew my driver's license online last month. The website was like a digital assault with flashing banners, auto-playing videos, and pop-ups everywhere.
Let me guess, you probably had to restart the whole process multiple times because the form timed out while you were trying to make sense of all that chaos.
That's exactly what happened. And here's the thing. I don't even have any particular sensory sensitivities, but it got me thinking about how impossible that experience must be for someone who does.
You know what's really interesting? When most people think about accessibility, they immediately picture physical accommodations, like wheelchair ramps or braille signage. But cognitive accessibility is just as crucial, maybe even more so because it's less visible and often overlooked.
That's such a good point. It's just like those physical accommodations that end up helping everyone. I mean, who hasn't appreciated a ramp when rolling a suitcase or pushing a stroller?
Well, exactly. And that's why I get so excited about this approach to digital design. When we make things more accessible for people who really need it, we often create better experiences for everyone. Like, take something as simple as the clear, uncluttered layouts that helps people with processing differences. But doesn't it also make websites easier for all of us to use?
So, what are some other practical ways designers can make digital spaces more neurodiversity friendly? I've been collecting examples of both brilliant and terrible design choices.
Oh my goodness. Let me start with something that seems simple but makes a huge difference: information chunking. Breaking down complex content into digestible pieces with clear headings, bullet points, and relevant icons can dramatically reduce cognitive load. It's like the difference between being handed a massive block of text versus a well-organized document with clear sections.
That makes me think about how crucial customization options are becoming. You know, features like adjustable font sizes, animation controls, and background color options.
Well, you know what's fascinating about those customization features? They started as accessibility options, but have become mainstream preferences. Like dark mode, it was originally designed for people with visual sensitivities, but now it's something millions of people use just because it's more comfortable.
Exactly. Dark mode is a perfect example of how accessibility features can make life easier for everyone, not just the people they were initially designed for. And then there are things like keyboard shortcuts and voice commands. They help people with motor impairments or visual challenges. But honestly, who hasn't used voice commands to send a quick message while cooking or driving?
Oh, yeah, I do that all the time. It's funny how we often take these features for granted once they become part of the mainstream. But when you think about it, they're making things smoother for so many people, including those of us who don't have disabilities.
And that's exactly the beauty of inclusive design. When we design with everyone in mind, We don't just help a specific group, we make the experience better for all of us. It's about creating spaces, both physical and digital, that don't make anyone feel excluded.
That's right. It's about rethinking how we create, so the web is a place for all types of brains, not just the average user. And the best part? It doesn't always have to be complicated or expensive. Small tweaks like providing clear instructions, having adjustable text sizes, or avoiding unnecessary distractions can make a huge difference.
Absolutely. And if we're honest, these little changes not only help neurodivergent individuals, but actually improve the usability for everyone, whether you're tired, distracted, or just trying to get through a busy day.
Exactly. So, designers, developers, and tech creators, remember, inclusive design isn't an afterthought. It's an essential part of good design.
Well said. And if we can start making these small but impactful changes now, we're heading towards a much more accessible and user-friendly digital world.
So, to all our listeners, if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to Planet Inclusive and turn on notifications so you never miss our weekly chats about building a better digital world for everyone.
Feel free to share this episode with a friend or colleague who might benefit from it. And remember, the more we talk about these issues, the more we can make the internet an inclusive space for all brains.
That's all for today's episode. Thanks so much for spending time with us. We'll be back next week with more real-world ideas and simple tips to help make digital spaces more inclusive and accessible.
Until then, stay kind, stay inclusive, and let's keep working towards a better digital world for everyone.